Welcome to Big Night In. I'm your BNI anchor, James Nightingale. When I'm not hosting various broadcasts like this, well, I'm making magic happen as a match support specialist at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Mass and Metro West. I recently graduated from Clark University, where I was a big and first fell in love with the mission of BBBS. And while I'm no John Krasinski, I'm about all you could afford, and it's for a good cause. We're so glad you could join us. We're excited to welcome hundreds of bigs and littles, supporters and friends to watch tonight's broadcast. And it won't disappoint. I know you're all over this virtual thing going on, 20 months now? However, this allows us to share so many great things about what BBBS is up to. And most of all, it gives everyone watching the opportunity to give. So I was told to go a bit easy and give it a soft give request, tone it down in the early parts. That's what Hank is for. Beyond Hank and the giving requests, we have so much to share. Our new CEO, Connie Askin, will be joining us, and we'll check on sports and activities our bigs and littles have going on. Speaking of activities, we'll have a live checkers match, mano a mano. We'll be joined by the president of Hanover Insurance. I've driven by their headquarters a couple times. It's a pretty nice place. Yes, Hank, our amazing auctioneer, and has a voice for radio and is in fact in radio. That worked out pretty nicely. In addition to raising money, he'll be offering up all the auction items. Personally, I have my eye on that trip to Antigua. So Hank, if you're listening, whatever anyone else donates, put in $1 more for me. Well, let's get this show started. Tonight will be fun, silly, educational, full of great stories, kind of like a day in the life of a big and little. It's Big Night In. For anyone who's been isolated, chances are you've binged Queen's Gambit. I know I certainly have. We welcome the opening move of Big Jody and Little Adriana squaring off in an intense game of checkers. Wow, that was some striking moves in that match of talents. I've written down who I think is going to win. Put in the chat who you think is going to emerge victorious here, Jody or Adriana. While BBBS has had lots of good news this year, one of the bigger stories we have is a new CEO. While because of my role in the organization, I might be technically obligated to share how excited I am for her. And seriously, we are so lucky to have her. Well, enough about me talking about her. Let's hear her talk about herself. Please welcome and light up that chat for Connie Askin.
Welcome. I'm Connie Askin, the new CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters Central Mass and Metro West. And we are also honored to have you join us from home on this, our second Big Night In. It's been a year of COVID, and I'm one of the lucky ones. COVID has taught me to slow down a little, to bring my loved ones in a little closer, and I'm far more aware of my blessings. For far too many others, COVID has caused upheaval, job loss, and tragically the loss of loved ones. Teachers and parents are zoomed out, and so many children are yearning for connection. That's why Big Brothers Big Sisters is so important, now more than ever. In the short time I've been here, I've come to really understand the power we hold to impact a child's life forever, just by caring, just by showing up. So thank you for showing up tonight for our bigs and littles, for our professional staff who work so hard every day and with so much compassion and expertise. Many of our board members and board of advocates are here as well, and I want to recognize you for your unwavering enthusiasm and dedication. Our theme is Ignite Potential. I think that's so befitting. Imagine any child in your life. I bet they're goofy and kind, smart and curious, and whether bookish or sporty, they have incredible potential. Our job is to help ignite potential in children, regardless of their circumstances. So let's have fun with the purpose tonight, whether you bid on an auction item or contribute to fund a need. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Again, I'm so excited to have you here. And audiences watching at home, if you want to say anything about how good I'm doing as a host, you don't have to, but it would look really good in my review with our amazing CEO, Connie. So nice comments in the chat, please. Okay, We're about, let me check my non-existent watch, 7 minutes in, and well, that's long enough. It's time to give and get. That's right, part of this fun of the silent auction is for your donation, you get something, and you get to write it off if you've got a good accountant. So now we're gonna throw it back to the greatest auctioneer in the Worcester area, Hank.
Wow. Thanks for that introduction, James. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Big Night In. Now, my name is Hank Stoltz, and I've been waking up Worcester for, well, the last 20 plus years on the radio. Now, you may recognize me from last year's Big Night In, and I am so thrilled that the team at Big Brothers Big Sisters has asked me back to help out again this evening. I have so much fun supporting a cause that is truly making a difference in the lives of so many young people. So tonight, my job is to give you all a real-time update of our fundraising progress. And there are several ways to make a donation. Let me run them down for you. Now, most of you watching have most likely already registered for our online auction, and thank you for doing that. Now, if not, get ready. What you can do is you can go to bigcelebration.ggo.bid. bigcelebration.ggo.bid, B-I-D, and click on Start Bidding. Now, there are some amazing packages that are available tonight, including a set of 4 Patriots tickets for the Pats versus Titans game on November 28th. Go Pats tonight versus the Falcons. The trip to Antigua, that is back again this year by popular demand. We have for you a private tour of the Worcester Art Museum conducted by the executive director of Wham himself. A $250 gift card to Wegmans, and that's just getting started. There is so much more. So just a reminder that the auction is scheduled to close at 6 p.m. Now, I also want to point out the Fund a Need. And this year, donations from the Fund a Need will help get kids off the wait list. After a challenging year and a half, so many kids are craving connection, and Big Brothers Big Sisters is ready to make new matches. There's over 100 kids that are waiting to be matched, but we need the funding to make that happen. Now, it costs $2,000 to support one match for 1 full year. So, on the auction site, make sure to click the green button that says donate to help get kids off the wait list. Pretty clear, right? Now, we have a goal to raise $10,000, and we will keep you updated on the progress throughout the show. Well, now that I've got all the housekeeping taken care of, let's send it back to James.
Wow, those are some amazing auction items. And thanks for those of you getting in the bidding now. By the way, I see you out there. You wait to the last minute and do your first bid right before it closes. You know who doesn't wait to the last minute to donate? Our amazing sponsors. Let's take a moment and see some of our sponsors. Whoa, hey, production team, I didn't literally mean a moment. That was way too fast. Do I have to do everything around here myself? Yes, I do, especially for our valued sponsors. Avidya Bank. I'm a customer and I love their app. Bob's Discount Furniture. They've sponsored my work remote office. Technically I bought everything, but I feel one with them as a BBBS sponsor. Country Bank. They know a thing or two about saving money. Pretty cool. Hanover Insurance Group. They underwrite my car. TGX Companies. Good to see what I spend every weekend at Home Goods eventually makes it back to the organization. Truth is, we have over 30 sponsors at different levels. And while I could go on and say different wonderful, witty things, that would just take too much time, as lovely as that would be. Let's do a quick L cut and show the rest of the logos and what they all share in common. Our mentoring programs wouldn't be possible without them. And when we make the call, they pony up and support our organization financially with volunteers with unwavering support. Thank you sincerely to all of our sponsors. And now for some great Big and Little news. We have an interview with a former Little who is on a full scholarship to Framingham State. Let's go to our reporters on the street for more on this story, Courtney Evans and her mentee, Daniela.
We are here with some very big news to share.
That's right, Courtney. As a mentee in the Amazing Mentoring Program and a high school senior, I'm thrilled to talk to Devin Mullen. Devin graduated from high school in 2020 and is here to give us a life update. Devin, thank you for being here today.
All right, thank you for having me. I had a great time when I was a little in the program with my big Jesse Urban. It's great to meet you both.
Awesome. Well, tell us about what you're doing now, Devin. What have you been up to since graduating high school?
So since graduating high school, I did a few weird things, but mostly what I've been doing since is I've been building prototype stuff for the government at Atlas Devices, and I'm currently about to start school in engineering also.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us specifically about what your plans are and how your company works into those plans.
So my current plan is to get, I don't know how far I intend to go with the degree, but to get a degree in robotics engineering. And right now I plan on staying there with them because they offered to pay for school. So I don't know, we haven't worked out a contract exactly yet, but the plan would be just to stay there for a while. It's a really good job. And they've been a huge help with that, of encouraging me to go to school, helping pay for it, and then everyone there is super helpful whenever I have any questions on what to do, because I mean, they're great tutors. They already did it all, so I really hope they know what they're doing.
Other than them paying for your school, what do you like most about your job now?
What I like most is the challenge of my job, because on a lot of other people in my field, it's kind of a little bit of a repetitive thing, because I don't know how much you know about machining stuff, but a lot of it's just kind of the same thing all the time. But they trust me to conquer all these weird new challenges all the time, which ends up putting in a ton of hours, but it's totally worth it because it's just a lot of fun to figure out these weird challenges, and for them to help me continue to learn is also super great.
So tell us, Devin, what would your advice be to some littles that are currently in our program?
I think the best piece of advice I could give to a little in the program right now who's ready to graduate high school or ready to enter that next phase in their life is to just ask a lot of questions to anyone they know who might have any relevance to the field they're looking into, or just, I just any advice. If you're in the program, it means you have a mentor out there that's really trying to help you. I mean, it's a volunteer system, right? They're there because they want to help. And either they can help you find resources, or again, it's the 21st century, you have access to the internet and all these different other things. To find, I think when I was looking at engineering, I went on, it's LinkedIn, I think, and I just messaged a bunch of random people to ask questions. And I asked Jesse like 1,000 questions. And I ask him every day. But again, the best advice I give is just ask a lot of questions, really get an idea of what you're getting into, and then just to try a bunch of random stuff. Because again, you might try something and it hits you like, oh, this is amazing, I love doing this, but you're never gonna know unless you don't try it.
And one quick question, how did your mentor, or Jesse, help you while you were in the program?
Oh man, he still helps me today. I ask him about 1 million questions a day. I probably texted him at least 5 times a day asking some random question about something. He's just, the mentors in the program just know so much of his vast knowledge that you can just ask, and they're there to help you understand things that you might not yet. He's been very helpful in helping me find these resources, and if he doesn't know, but like normally he knows. He's been super helpful in figuring things out, and then how to actually do things in the real world, because it's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
So can you tell me some of your plans for the future?
Again, right now it's going on to continue and get a degree in robotics engineering. I just want to take a lot of classes, learn a lot of stuff, and then just continue my progress at work and just try to take on even bigger and bigger challenges and help build my resume and network and all that adult sounding stuff that is actually super important.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Devin.
No, thank you.
And back to James.
Welcome back. Hold on a second. I'm getting a signal from my producer. It sounds like we have some breaking news. I'm getting it now. It's been too long since we've talked to Hank. I mean, we have some lucrative bids coming in on the auction items, so it's great to hear this. Hank, how's it going out there?
That's right, James. We put the ask out there and you all are answering. So I am excited to announce that our Fund a Need has reached $3,200. $280 more is coming in right now. We got to get that number up there. I'm sure that by the time I stop talking, send it back to James, will be at 5,000. So time is flying by. We only have about 15 minutes left in the entire show. So if you have not made your Fund a Need donation or placed any bids, now is the time. And thank you to some of our amazing donors who have stepped up and made contributions. Andrew Abu, Kathleen Cohane, you thought I wouldn't get it. Wendy Wise, Margaret Sullivan, Michael Burke, thank you. Steve Tavner and Jack Holahane, thank you so much for making your donations here today. Now remember, we hope to raise $10,000 in the Fund a Need alone tonight. So please consider contributing whatever you can. There are so many kids who have had a difficult couple of years, and being able to have a mentor in their life will give them the companionship and fun that they will so greatly benefit from. Now, our auction is doing well thanks to all of you. I'm just going to take a couple of minutes here to point out some items that are a great deal right now. Now, if anyone out there is a Woo Sox fan, our friends at the Woo Sox put together an unforgettable package where you can throw out the first pitch at a game. You get a VIP tour of the ballpark and 4 tickets to the game. We've also got some great golf packages at Tatna Country Club, Cyprian Keys, and Charter Oaks. So we have plenty of gift cards, including $165 to TJX, perfect to get you started on your holiday shopping. We've got $100 to Dead Horse Hill, Niche Hospitality, and O'Connor's for all you foodies out there. Now, sports fans, we have a J.C. Jackson signed football right now going for $110. Celtics signed ball going for $150. Both of those are great deals right now. Now, how are those Pats tickets doing? Well, they're doing great, but they are a great deal right now. The next bid is $605. When they're at the Super Bowl, you'll say, I went and saw them. So don't miss out before the auction closes at 6 p.m. All right, we're going to keep the show moving. We'll see you back here in just a moment for another update.
Hey, remember earlier when we recognized the Hanover Insurance Group as a sponsor? Well, they go well above and beyond and contribute so much to our organization. Volunteers, board members, resources. Future jobs for our littles? We have a special recognition for their support, a special award fitting for their contribution, the Bob Cousy MVP Award. Please welcome again our very own CEO, Connie Askin, and the CEO of Hanover Insurance, Jack Roche.
Hello again. I'm back with the exciting task of presenting the Hanover Insurance Group with the Bob Cousy MVP Award. Each year, this award is presented to a community partner who demonstrates consistent generosity and dedication to supporting our mission. I'm honored to be presenting the award to the Hanover Insurance Group. Hanover Insurance has been a site for our corporate site-based mentoring program for many years, allowing us to serve hundreds of at-risk children with their employees who volunteer as BIGs. Additionally, the Hanover Insurance Group Foundation has provided monetary contributions totaling over $250,000. Jack and the rest of the amazing team at Hanover, thank you for your continued support. This award is well-deserved.
Well, thank you, Connie. And on behalf of all of our colleagues at the Hanover, thanks for the opportunity, frankly, to work with your fine organization and do really good work here in the community. I think you know that working with the youth in our community is at the heart of our foundation and really our cultural movement at the company. We always are looking for the opportunity to do not only philanthropic work financially, but also have the opportunity to volunteer and to really get personally engaged in the good work in the community. And your organization presents us with both of those opportunities. So thank you and all your colleagues for all you do, and thanks for the opportunity to participate.
Thank you.
Let's check back in on that game of checkers as we're about to see a move that could seal the game for the victor. Now it's time for a sports update. Let's turn it over to our sports correspondents, Bruce and Giovanni.
Thanks, James. Giovanni and I are here to give you the sports updates and the updates of the matches for all sorts of activities. You see, Big and Little Adventures and the time they spend together is more than just the sports they participate in.
That's right, Bruce. Matches get to do fun things together all the time, just like us.
So let's highlight some of the amazing fun that may inspire you to volunteer or to give you an idea or activities for the Bigs and Littles that are watching.
First up is Bruce and Giovanni. Bruce, did you know about this?
Sure did. Here you are captaining the boat, prepared for whatever the day brings. Fishing, kayaking, even snorkeling. Getting out on the water is a great way to spend time together.
Next up is little Roger and big Liam with behind-the-scenes look at Patriots training camp. I mean, the gym at the Holy Cross.
What's up? I'm Liam.
And I'm Roger.
We're going to see how far of a pass Roger can catch.
Now we have a photo of a match. Ingrid and Aliana doing some outdoor yoga. Giovanni, this looks very relaxing. Maybe we should try some yoga.
Let's check out some other activities.
So let's end the activity report with the final move of the checkers match that pitted Jody against Adriana in a fierce battle. And yes, it looks like Jody wins!
And that's the sports activity report.
And back to you, James.
Whew! Believe it or not, time is flying by and we're just near the end of the show now. But we're not there yet. In fact, if you haven't donated yet, I have just a couple more sentences for you to jump into the final bidding of one of our silent auction prizes. I want to thank all of the Bigs and Littles who've helped out with the show and congratulate Jack Roche and the Hanover Insurance Group. Whew, so here we are at the end. And the truth is, we gotta end on a high note. So let's throw it back to Hank and check on all the amazing contributions and how much we've raised. Hank.
Well, folks, we've made it to the end of our Big Night In broadcast. I get the best job of the night. I get to update you all on how much we have raised. Now, our Fund a Need has raised $4,555 so far. There is still time to donate right on through tomorrow. Our grand total raised, including sponsorships, auction, Fund a Need, and any other donations comes to $105,000. Thank you very, very much. The team at Big Brothers Big Sisters is over the moon with excitement and gratitude. Thank you all for donating and for tuning in tonight. And a special thank you to the Bigs and Littles who helped us put on this fantastic show. They are the true talent. And with that, I will say goodbye and send it back to our anchor, James, one last time.
All right, and that concludes our special broadcast of Big Night In. Gosh, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've made it this far into the show. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for watching. That's our show. Great work, guys.